Thank you very much. Welcome. It's very good to be here with you. Because our colleague mentioned about art and because Edward Deming said, without data, you're just another person with an opinion. You have some papers at the end of the rows. I will ask you kindly to distribute in the rows and to help me with something. Please write some thoughts, or please draw an HR manager or specialist thinking on strategy, or draw the HR manager or specialist discussing strategy or with his or her superior, or realize an origami. You have color paper as well, or grid paper. Okay. The agenda of the presentation is strategic management and the learning economy, some topics that I think are related, how to bring markets inside the corporation, behavioral economics for HR and managers, winning decisions supported by expert systems, Six Sigma in HR, and characteristics of new HR. Some of them I use, some of them don't, and I will mention on each one of them. Paul Romer said in 1993 that firms will increasingly take advantage of each person's innate curiosity and willingness to experiment. Every worker in an organization, from top to bottom, can become a knowledge worker if given the opportunity to do so. And Peter Drucker and Lundvall and Johnson said that we are moving into a learning economy, where the success of individual firms, regions will reflect, more than anything else, their ability to learn. But we have changes, and we have changes as well in the current talent landscape. Okay, what is strategic management? Strategic management formulation and implementation are a major goal and initiatives taken by a company's top management on behalf of the owners, based on consideration of resources and an assessment of the internal and external environment in which the organization competes. And about the current talent landscape, we have demographic upheaval, which makes workforce both younger and older, digital technology everywhere, accelerated rate of change, and a new social contract developing between companies and workers, because workers expect an enriching experience. So, can we change here at the strategic management formulation and implementation, decision taken by employees, not only by the top management? Is it desirable? Is it possible? And if strategic management, it's a knowledge process. Okay, another topic related with strategy is how to bring markets inside the corporation. Generally, a strategic management process is known as management by objective or target agreement, which at its core, it's a process of employers or supervisors attempting to manage their subordinates by introducing a set of specific goals that both the employee and companies try to achieve. And some things about the markets. Knowledge tends to exist in a dispersed and fragmented form throughout organization. By contrast, decision rights tend to be concentrated within senior management, and information is supposed to flow up the chain of command, which is a hierarchical system. And if initiated in society at large, it's socialism. But alternatively, you can have a regime where decision rights flow down an organization to the person with access to information or knowledge. This is how markets function. And markets are institutional mechanisms to draw upon the wisdom of crowds. Markets also uncover information that wouldn't otherwise exist. If people disagree on something, we should try to understand the intensity of disagreement. And if it is desirable to involve all the employees in the strategy formulation and implementation, then we can change the target agreement process into a market agreement process. Some words about the behavioral economics for HR and managers. I know most HR people, they are studying organizational psychology, more or less, maybe they have this background, but I think it is good and it's starting to happen that people in HR take a look at what behavioral economics means. And here I have a quote from Taleb: "We favor the visible, the embedded, the personal, the narrated, and the tangible. We scorn the abstract." And some examples. For instance, loss aversion, loses volume larger than gain, with applicability for HR managers. Avoid giving overly generous benefits, and then later having to dial them back. Optimist bias. People tend to overestimate the probability of positive events and underestimate the negative. Remember the last time you hired someone, you feel it's not the right person, and what have you done after? Hindsight bias. People believe what happened before will happen again. Yes, of course, you are experienced, but if you move into another organization, you have to pay attention if this experience will apply in the new organization. And another example, choice overload. When people have too many choices, they give up, get unhappy or get tired. Applicability for HR and managers: don't give team lots of options unless you are truly brainstorming. Try to reduce the number of options and let people vote or select for a list, from a list of a few. Winning decisions supported by expert systems. And I said at the beginning I didn't use all of these aspects. Unfortunately, I haven't seen so far an expert system working, but I still hope that this will happen. There are some challenges in designing an expert system, and this is to capture and encode the wisdom of the expert, so the computer will mimic the decision outcomes of the expert from those who use it. And there are three players involved. The knowledge engineer, which is the person who knows the capabilities, limitations, and the language of an expert system. The domain expert, the knowledge that the expert possesses about the problem or decision is the primary source of his contribution, and the client, which is the final user. There are three processes important in designing and implementation of an expert system. The knowledge acquisition, which is the process used to define required rules for the expert system, finding and interviewing domain experts and capturing their knowledge. Then the knowledge representation as field of artificial intelligence, focused on designing computer representation that capture information about the world that can be used to solve complex problems. And finally, the client utilization occurs after expert system is designed, programmed, and distributed. Some applicability for HR processes will be career development and succession planning, training, and personal planning. Six Sigma for human resources. Six Sigma largely used in automotive industry, combined most of the time with lean management. Business develops strategies for profit and growth. The strategy is driven down through action plan for execution. Human resources can help execute the profit and growth strategy through the use of Six Sigma tools. And although HR isn't a huge part of any business, it's having a huge effect on this business. And shortly, what Six Sigma means is 3.4 defective features per million of opportunities. From this perspective of Six Sigma, the key function of HR are managing idea to innovation, improving HR function, and the accountability of employees and executives. The following steps can be taken in HR: establish a clear role of human resources, establish Six Sigma goals for HR function, seek customer feedback, identify opportunities for improvement, formulate prioritized projects and form teams, learn and apply Six Sigma Green Belt, and implement solutions steps by step, meaning define, measure, analyze, improve, and control for solutions. And some characteristics for the new HR: combine amazing depth of knowledge about people, business, law, technology, and the world around us. They should be quite expansive in their thinking. They are consultants in an innovative way. They are informed and up to date. They are bold, technology savvy, and highly interdisciplinary. So these were the 6 main things about strategy and HR. I put something funny at the end. The HR person saying that we are looking for someone who is capable of seeing the big picture. It's not very easy, but we have to try to do this. And please don't forget me with drawings or sketches or origamis. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Diana Măietec. Fantastic. So some valuable insights.